Okay, it's time for what's it time for? It's time for Nova Cup Division 2. Just kidding. Division 1, Group 2. First match we have is Fine and Paweded versus Quacker and Little Bro. Should be pretty good. I think the Elo might not quite say it's like matched properly, but I think it's pretty close matchup. Little Bro, obviously, very strong player, has won a Nova Cup, usually makes it to day two. And then Quacker, obviously, also a strong player. And they have the NA synergy going for them. We'll see what they can do. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's Fine and Poeted, who have both been. Fine has been playing a lot, so he should be in good shape. Got a nice peak elo this season. We'll see if he can bring some good stuff into this Nova. I think we're just waiting on Little Bro. How about we take a look at the masterminds? Because if I had to guess, Fine will play Greed, YOLO, well, probably not Cartel because that's Poeted, and Poeted will play Cartel and Megamind. That's my guess. Little Bro, probably Greed, Cartel, YOLO maybe. I think he'll play. I think he'd be down to play that. And then Quacker also just like a kind of. Oh, actually, Little Bro might play Chaos Redraw. I know he likes the Giga Laken options, so I think I can probably reasonably expect any of those, and it won't be too surprising. Um, should be interesting then, because I don't think Fine and Polita. I mean, Fine played a little bit of redraw, but I don't think he's quite. Little Bro is missing in action. Well, I mean, I guess we'll wait. Would have been nice to start on time, but such is life. Um, what else can we talk about in the meantime? We can talk about the meta right now, maybe. It's definitely possible to close games a bit earlier than maybe a couple patches ago. The mid game waves are a bit stronger, and some of the spells in the mid game aggressive spells are stronger. Obviously, people in the early game will play a bit more carefully. Fine is probably the most aggressive player in this lobby. He likes to push and scale. But obviously, I think he's been trying to change up some of his habits for tournament, so not quite sending so much. Um, Split shot got removed, so we'll see if people adapt on 18 and 19 and get ready with some tier 1 spam, because that can be quite good there. Well, Cracker's informed us he has 2 minutes to get here, or else they forfeit one game and then they forfeit two if it's not here in 15 minutes. That would be disappointing, to be honest. But hopefully he does show up. Not a good start if he does not make an appearance, I can't lie. Da, da, da. I mean, they can maybe take the 3 points. Maybe they won't. Sorry for delay. Hello, chill, everyone here. Let's go, bro. Ready? Whatever. And tournament mode is on. Players are ready to go. Good luck, have fun. Let's get into the action. We're gonna get into the action, right, guys? Okay, let's go. So we have the Polish duo on the left, the Americans on the right. Little opening match of the group stage. So obviously, if you lose here, you're not out. But it's quite nice to play from the winner's side, I think. Let's go. We have YOLO Cartel, so no surprises there. That is an insane YOLO roll, I can't lie. And not a bad Cartel roll. And we have DarkQuacker has selected Chaos. This guy is not really a Chaos player, so I'm very surprised. I would have expected the reverse. But he'll have the flower as an opener. Could also opt for a banker, but probably the flower is the safest. Little bro has his anglers. I know he loves those. He has the American gun if he wants it. Not bad. And Fine obviously has the archer with the poly and the seedling, which are just really nice units. The howler also fits nicely. We have the Avenger for 13, just a really solid roll. And Paweded, I would expect him to play Oathbreaker Aqua. Or, oh wait, if he has Flower Aqua, maybe he just plays that. The Zerker is just really nice in this role as well, covering that wave 10, and is a nice Mole Slayer as well on 8. So it looks like everyone's got pretty good stuff going for them. I would say I like Fine or Paweded's roles the best. Obviously, you can't tell what Quacker's going to have. But should be a pretty peaceful early game. Genome is probably, with the Angler, he's probably the least safe player looking at his units. Like, he has potential weak waves. But we'll see how it develops. Well, Genome has killed his Atom, and his Angler is full DPS. So I think that deserves a little reaction, because holy fuck, that's really great. I guess the Angler range change has got him here. Which means that this game might be a bit more fed, considering that everyone can send 20 now in income. Actually, they can get off 40 cents even, so... we'll see. Gino might be actually in a little trouble. He has the full build here, and he's lost a bit of gold there. Yeah, I mean, he can only build 40. I mean, he should be okay. Quacker actually opting to save here. What a little tryhard. Fine, being a little scared himself. Probably okay to respect this. He has good gold for the Howler. Personally, I might greed a bit harder and just build a Seedling, because I think it should also hold. We'll see what happens here. Is Quacker going for a little cheeky? No. But Fine and Genome both get 40. See how he does. Looks like the split's decent there. I'm pretty sure Fine is holding, so I'm going to not watch that lane. The Atom is splitting well, but maybe a little too well. And yeah, Little Bro's game is in big trouble. Yeah, with the Angler, it's also not good to leak early. Obviously, you want to collect the stacks. And Paweded, I mean, we can look at the gold here. Paweded total, let's see. Genome has donated 20-something gold to the enemies already. And he's lost 30 gold, so very bad for him. And feeding our cartel player like that is also bad. So Quacker, I mean, he goes 6 workers anyways, even though Quacker saved on him. This is why I don't think it's worth for Quacker to skip 2 there. Because it's end up just going to be feed unless Paweded makes a mistake, right? And you generally assume your opponents are not making mistakes at this level. Another full send into Little Bro. He has the Sea Dragon this time. It's kind of a full DPS Sea Dragon, though. We'll see if it's able to get off enough heals to hold. And yeah, Paweded is just fine. Quacker is fine. I mean, Genome's lane is the one to watch. So far, so good. Looks like 5 workers is enough to be vibing. And yeah, everyone's on 7. Genome has to overbuild a bit because of those angers, like we mentioned. And he's going for the Tempest here. Is getting another send. I'm questioning, yeah, building an Oathbreaker in the split here. That seems a little more reasonable. And we have Fine, also on 7 workers. Honestly, if he was a Giga Chad, he could overpush and go to 8, but I think it would be a really good choice in this scenario because Genome has overbuilding, but I can understand playing it safe when you have a role like that. Flying Archer plus a good decent 13 answer. And how is Little Bro doing to the Snail Camp? Looks like he's snacking it. Goes to 7 workers now, sends some income. And it's actually a poo-poo, but we have a dirty overbuilder here. Easy snack for Paweded. And let's see. Fine, going for Tempest plus a Seraphim. I like that. Solid building. Obviously, if he had was 8 workers, I think he could also hold if he just didn't have this and just had a bunch more Howlers. But yeah, Little Bro also goes to 8 workers here. Paweded saving on him. If Paweded holds, which I would expect him to, it could actually be pretty bad for Little Bro. Like a big 7 or a big 6, both of them can be tricky. Personally, I would like to see a big 7 because these builds look very bad to brutes on 7. And they've just been given that option. Fine might not want to save longer though, so I could understand that, but I think it would be a very good play. And instead, they go for the 6 play. It's also totally reasonable. We go for some more income. Thing is, Little Bro does have a decent 6 answer. And if you go 7 here, you're probably turbo leaking him and just ruining his game. This is his best unit for this wave? Yeah, looks like it. I mean, this is a very awkward build, like just a lot of low value units. So these robos might just destroy him. I mean, 4 robos is just a fucking menace. Let's see how they do. Brute Robo in the other lane. I mean, the Atom lives, he should be fine, but he's seemingly turbo ran down his Atom. That can't be good. The Robo army is clapping in the other lane. Atom tanking one actually pretty nicely, but still not enough. And it is actually going to be a little bit of a Waldo here from Little Bro. And they're going to take a lot of damage off of this. Pretty nice 6-10 from the boys. We talked about Fine. On ladder, he likes to play a lot of income, but yeah, he's got the moves in tournament. And this is the most cope of all cope hermits. We've just donated 1,000,000 gold, and we go for a little hermit. Holy, I've never seen this big of a number early game. 83 to 17. What? Did they update this? This is crazy. Like, what is going on here? We go Aqua. Aqua, we're overvalue. Yeah, I mean... And, ooh, Fine and Paweded actually saved there? That's crazy. I would expect you to just income send here every time. Like, I mean... Yeah. I think it's fine to income here, but, they go for a little save. I mean, they're overvalue. I don't mind it as well. They keep their pressure. Not sure what you're looking for against anglers, but maybe just some income here is also fine. We'll see what they go for. And is the Hermit clapping? It is not. Yeah, this game is quite over, I think. But maybe Little Bro and Quacker have some juice left in them. Let's see. They save here. They're getting income sent. DarkQuacker, can he protect his Atom here? It's quite important. And on the other side, Levi for a... This value is just not very good, I think. You would rather build more planes. But I would agree he has a very uncomfortable build in general. He just goes for the Levi. I mean, I think this Atom might just die again and leave him with just not that much damage left. Looks like the Levi actually somehow tanks more than the Atom there. Not gonna ask too many questions about that. Just say it's all planned. And how are we doing in this lane? The Drake. Looks like it is actually going to be a fairly big leak here from DarkQuacker. And also, I mean, this game. Yeah, just go next game. Wait, you can't FF? Hey, hey, rule breakers! Well, that was a fast game. Yeah, that wasn't good. I mean, they just griefed the early game, so it's not very good to grief in the early game right now. Very punishing, so hopefully they fix up their early game and we get a real game. Let me update the scorecard. These guys get a 1 now. And we're off to a 1-0 start for Ram Pam Pam. I've just been disconnected from the lobby? What the heck? Game no longer exists. Okay. My bad. Okay. What is the lead? IP in loading, says Isolde. That might be the issue. It looks like he needs to spend more time thinking about the game during the loading screen. Am I right, fellas? I'm just kidding. Okay, so game 2, no more YOLO, no more Cartel. My guess, I'm gonna go for the hard read. Little Greed from Fine and a little Mega Mind from Paweded. Oh! Fine with the Fiesta pick. I think that's a pretty bad roll as well. I didn't pick tournament mode. I mean... Oh my god, and game 2 goes to DarkQuacker and Isolde. Just kidding. Yeah, looks like they forgot to set tournament mode. Whoopsie daisies. Not good. Surprisingly, the last time that someone did that, they just Megaminded Hybrid, which was very obvious that tournament mode was not on. But, all good, happens. Lock in. So if Fine is really gonna play. I mean, he must be feeling kind of relieved that he did not actually have to play Fiesta. I can't lie. I think playing Fiesta is really bad right now. So hopefully he hits something better. I'm surprised he's the one playing Megamind. I remember last time Paweded was the one who hit it, but what's going on? What? All right. Alright, everyone's ready. Lobby's not crashing. Send it quick. I didn't see what Quacker. I don't think he actually wants to play double lock-in. I think he just did that because so they're clearly discussing something because they were sitting there thinking for a while. And that's a good thing. You want to see teams actually think about their decisions and their masterminds. Let's have a look. So spells, 1 offensive, 2 econ. Lock in random like a fucking Chad. Holy, that is a disgustingly bad roll. I can't lie. Castle and YOLO. And it's not a bad YOLO roll. Harpy Steed with a little Phoenix on top for 13. Oh, he can actually go Crusher Harpy or Flower Harpy. Dealer's choice. I might like the Flower more, but I get to going Crusher here as well. We have a decent Flying Force roll for Paweded, and Fine needs to hit the reroll button, I think, unless he wants to play Disciple Opener. Oh, he's in his reroll right now. We can see it. No, we can't see what he's rerolling, but we see that he has used it. So it is going to be that Crusher start. It's placed kind of low enough that you can get a Phoenix out and still have it tank, so it's nice positioning from Little Bro. We have the Windhawk from Paweded. Very solid. Those 3 units, Windhawk, Poly, Tempest, that's all you need to play the game. And we have a nice little Archer roll from Mr. Fine. Where did his Mudman go? I think he wanted to keep that. Like, I think I would rather have the Mudman and a Zerker in this role, maybe, but... Or maybe the Mudman and the Disciple, but... Yeah, I don't know if you need the Disciple and the LOD. Yeah, it just seems overkill. Ooh, the Snail Read. He actually builds the split. Still gonna be a leak. I don't know how bad it is anymore, but... We have Flower Angler from Mr. Quacker with the castle. Snailing, well, castle, a little psychopathic, I can't lie, but got his guy, so he'll love that. A little FC Lucy special snail, if I do say so myself. But yeah, not a huge thing, but a nice little win. We can check the stats after to see how much gold that actually is. And again, we have a long early game, and everyone sends an income. So if we look at Paweded, he's lost 12 gold, and the enemies have gained 12 gold. So that's not nothing, but not a huge deal. The danger zone. This new unit is it should be decent synergy with Flower and the dude. Obviously, they share some sort of weakness together on 4, but yeah, not a big deal. It's more important that he covers 6 and 7. We have a nice little Devilfish from Paweded, pretty nice. He can probably go 6 workers, unless he has bad money from leaking 1, I can't tell. He'll know better than me. And what did my boy Isolde build? He built... I don't really agree with building a Fire Archer. I think you don't want to be scared here, you just want to go Harpies. It'll make your build way smoother. I mean, he goes Harpies here, Harpy here, but like if you go double Harpy last wave, then you go Steed this wave, then you don't have a Fire Archer on your board, is the idea. But, again, not a big diff. So we get the Veteran out from Fine. I mean, again, I would like to see the Windhawk here, but not a huge deal. And we have the Tempest from Paweded. This doesn't split tank anymore, if I remember correctly. It should just be the Windhawk tanking a lot, but... Well, maybe the people are lying to me, because this looks decent. We have the Angler stacking it up. Let's see, 7 workers, and he gets the pretty much a full stack. Very nice from Quacker so far. Is he not sending full here? Okay, I was like... Very weird to send just the DT. We did what is staying 5 workers. Wow, that is strange. He would have 145, which, as far as I can tell, is enough for a worker and a Devilfish. So, not sure. This seems very questionable. But you know, dealer's choice, I suppose. He goes full, so I guess genius read from Paweded. Okay. Lets him push get the Violet on 6. Yeah, his build is coming together. Let's see. We have a save from Fine. I like that. You kind of need a pressure 5, 6, 7 into the Angler, Flower Angler builds. Just very important to have some sort of pressure. Little bro going for some snails into this build now on 5. Pretty reasonable. Doubt we'll see like a tryhard attempt, but you know, gotta keep these builds honest. So Windhawk Buckler is probably the build of choice. We actually see a Harden here. I'm not sure I understand why, but I mean, you know that was a full send last wave, so not really anything to be scared of here. Unless Fine is calming that he really needs cover. I hate building 3. Like, please, I feel like the Windhawk has to be better. Like, if you build 4 bucklers, your build is going nowhere. And we might not kill the boss. Oh, that is just a pretty big mistake from Fine this time. That is horrible. Especially if he doesn't kill that. Oh, God. And, well, now Little Bro is on the other side of it. Very nice for him. Gets to collect a nice little paycheck there. And again, that was all to income, which is just not what you want to be leaking to these days. And he goes for the double brute. Obviously, he didn't donate that much gold to Quacker, but Quacker actually has really solid answers here. I would have preferred to just see income here, I think, but yeah, we'll see what they go for. More income from the right team. We have a Slime Siren, we have a Whirlycopter. Like, I can't imagine this build leaking. And this should be a Giga Push into a Kingpin. Just a perfect castle game from DarkQuacker so far. And obviously we gotta praise Little Bro as well. He's been playing very well. Himself, obviously getting a lot of gold. Okay, so he didn't end up hardening last wave. So he has it for this wave. Let's see how they do. Double Brute is no joke still. The Whirlybird tanking pretty nicely. It needs to start protecting itself soon though. Or does it? Wait, the Slime Siren didn't get full mana. That is really bad, but okay, well, I can see the world in which he leaks, and apparently I can see the world in which that build also leaks on value. Well, there's something. I would have thought this is a cope, but apparently DarkQuacker's Slime Siren does not enjoy being alive. And just got completely murdered, so that's not good for him. And he will be, in fact, punished by taking 1,000,000 king damage, and they've kind of handed back the game to the opponents. Not completely, but it is definitely a more even game now. Obviously, you would say, I mean, Jules thinks it's 50-50. I think it's close, for sure. I still think they have better spots because 1 Castle and 2 Angler, but see how it goes. Some income here. I mean, if you're Genome and Quacker, you can look for a save, but I think just sending 8 makes the most sense. And probably just income after you see these values from the left team. So income king, I mean, I don't mind getting some regen. I would have liked to see actually Quacker and Genome do some regen as well, but probably they'll just put it up next wave. I didn't see what happened in Genome's lane, but maybe this is what happened and he killed his Sky Queen like this, but I would have thought he does a lot better, but maybe Sky Queen is just not very good on that wave. Okay, Quacker does fine here, and they go for some income. Okay. And some income again from Fine and Paweded. Game likes their spot a bit more now. Well, I don't really see it, but we have the Kingpin Power Spike. We have a very... and this is not a bad build, but yeah, they go for the regen, so no worries here. Yeah, I agree with hardening. Like, you have a Violet already shown. They're always going to send you 8. And Fine is turning his build into less of an Archer build and more of a Disciple build now. Again, my problem with his build is that he picked no tanks that are good late game, so no Mudmen basically. So tricky stuff for him. But everyone should be fine to this Income King. We have Mr. Quacker getting the Kingpin Power Spike online. Should be good for a good while now. Maybe you can look to pressuring that 10 or 11 for denying Venture or playing around Venture. Have that Lizard Army for some power in the aggressive spell. Allowance, obviously, the counterpart, maybe neutralizing it. But yeah, I mean, you can see little bro sneaking out ahead of everyone. Was high workers early, got 1,000,000 gold on 5. Still in a very good spot. Highest workers now, highest income, and most Mythium. So basically doing everything right. Obviously not highest value. That award is going to Mr. Fine right now. And I would expect everyone to go 11 here. We can take a look at the builds one more time. Yeah, I mean, it feels like 11 would be the call, but they're actually going to go for a little 10 cent. Oh, I don't mind 10 into Paweded, obviously. He's not got great units there. But it's actually going to be 10 into Mr. Quacker, so no one wanting the venture. Genome has trolled very hard and killed his DPS again. It really needs to sell that Fire Archer. It's stealing a lot of mana as well. Well, with this long wave, you can't really skip, can you? So probably going to see a send here from everyone. What Genome should send, I'm not sure exactly. Could go for Imps, I suppose. Could go for the Mole. Goes for the Mole and a Dino. Not sold on that. I think Ogre is also probably fine. Or a pack. We go double Levi here. I'm not sold that that's the best. But it's good gold for him, so can't hate it too hard. The Avenger is a really nice ad. I mean, he knows it's 10 after that long wave, so it's no problem going for this. When we go for the Trinity, I mean, this is the problem with these units together. Is like, if you do end up building a Trinity for 10 now, you're just gonna have way too much DPS on your board and not enough tanks. So 240 send, 260 send, 200 send, 280 send. We'll see how everyone does. Maybe we can zoom out a bit and get the wide angle lens. Looks like the right team is going for a bit of a leak on Genome's lane, but also a bit of a leak in both the left team's lanes. Quacker doing good, Fine doing the best out of everyone. Obviously, I think this send is just not very scary, but yeah, I think you want to send a bit more damage than that. But actually, are they dead? I didn't even realize how low their king was. They're dead. Oh my god. That is not how you want to end the game. Oh god. Oh god. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my, oh. Ohio. That's just not very good from... I mean, Rito making this mistake, over pushing as well. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough, rough, rough. Well, that's a nice little 2-0 from the boys. I wonder if we can catch in... Go spectate the other game now. Because that game ended very quickly. And I'll change up all the text now. See if I can do it quickly. We have Barn something. Drachir. Lucy. Okay, and then on the other side we have Doomsday. Oytka. Dryuuzaki. Okay. And I don't actually know if it's what the score is, but I've just left it as 1-0 for now. And let's see, let's jump into the game state. Looks like a pretty even match. I can't see the power scores. Dryuuzaki and Oytka have slightly more workers, less income though, because they've been saving workers, like some tryhards. We see the AOA from Drac looking for a 12 chance here. And Lucy taking the more defensive glacial option with the champion Sakura. Drac has double lock-in. I would assume, looking at his units, he double locked in Casket Seedling. But they go for double Pro Leak. That's not the best, I think. But the Giga 12 Sen usually want one guy to hold, but Here we go. Full set try hard from everyone. Even Lucy getting in on the action, even without that AoA. Let's see how it goes. Octobrute into the double Kingpin lane. Love to see it. What does Mr. Drachir got for us? We have the Antler and we have a Wanderer. Two Kingpins that have 80 and 90 stacks. That's scary. For Lucy, we have the Harbinger and a little small Dancer. And obviously some Coilers for damage. Hopefully the Coilers don't get sniped. That would be very bad. And on the other side, we have just way too low values. I think we're going to see some death here. Even with the Doppel, we have a LD. I mean, we have two of the Oathbreakers. Pretty good tanks for the Doppel. See how it does. I'll go for the wide lens. But looks like the Doppel's getting overrun over there. And then on the left side, the Kingpins are just snacking. And so is that Glacial Sakura. My god, 11 stacks. Just an absolute fucking machine. And it looks like a little victory for the team on the left. See how it goes. Unless their king is alive, I think they are dead. So nice game from Drachir and Lucy. I don't know if that was game, what if that's 2-0 or something else, but let's have a look. Looks like that was a 2-0 from them as well. So good job there. Which means our winner's match is gonna be Drachir Lucy versus Fine and Paweded. That's their team. Ram Pam Pam. And we can go wait for those games, I suppose. I'll message Lucy. Guys need a break? See if we can get into the action or we're taking a break for the players. Let's see how it goes. Some very fast matches, I must say, considering that I did not see the king spells in both the first two games. We did not have anyone click them. All good though. See Lucy egoing me. Let us go see if there's a custom game or not. Oh, they already made it. Okay. Yo yo. Okay, so we have Fine here, we have Drach here. Probably get the game started soon. Fine, instantly moving away from Drachir, getting sends from Drachir, shitting his pants. I'm just kidding. Obviously, life is easier when Lucy is sending you usually. Got everyone in the lobby. Hey, we got all the players. Sorry, I forgot that I need to talk while I'm typing. We have interesting matchup, one seed and or I guess the two seed and the three seed of the tournament. Drachir and Lucy, obviously we know who they are. Wonder what they were playing. We saw the Megamind and what was he playing? Champion. Champion's an interesting one. Pretty high variance spell, I would say. Depending on who you can make champ. Yeah, let's see. I mean, don't know what they would play in their first game. I mean, we can take a look, I suppose. Let's see. In their first game, what do they opt for? Cartel, I would imagine. Cartel Greed. Yeah, they like to do that. Cartel plus Greed or Cash Out. And then I guess they go for a little spice. Okay, and we're in the game. Yeah, we'll find out. I'm assuming Fine and Paweded will stick to their YOLO Cartel. I mean, Fine and they love those masterminds. It's their one tricks on the ladder. So, insta loading screen. My god, these players are just the best. Triple defensive spells. Cartel, YOLO, like we expected. Not the best YOLO roll, but not the worst. Very playable. Greed, and what does FC Lucy have for us? Cartel. I mean, Cartel getting sense from Cartel is pretty nice, I would say. Generally, Cartel players like to income a bit more, and Fine and Paweded, they do prefer their income, but we've seen already in the last two games, they know how to send some power marks, for sure. Draw here. What do you want to play with that? Probably want to play an Archer role. Archer, Phoenix. Have the Mudman, have the Zerker, maybe the Windhawk and the Peewee. Wow, I picked this role exactly. We're just in sync like that. Nightmare Butcher. Obviously, this combo is very much nerfed since before I got buffed in the last patch, since Split Shot is no longer in the game. And we have the Casket Adam. I know Lucy loves this opener. Very strong pushing potential early game. And she has a very solid roll around it as well with some mana builds into a big bunk. And fine, well, he'll have to cook. I can't lie, oh, he rerolled already. He has less urgency to cook. Not sure why he has the slime and the casket. Maybe wanted to keep that ranger just for smoothing out that early game, but we'll see what he wants. Opts not to leak on one, adds the buzz. Should be a pretty peaceful early game. I would expect Fine maybe to have some trouble on 3. But that's only if it's going to be him not having the gold for one of the good answers there. Because he can't get his buzz upgrade here, so what's his plan? And if he builds the slime here, what's his plan next wave? Because he'll probably have like... He might not get enough for the slime siren. It'll be close. 280 value. I mean, probably he can get the 280 with YOLO. Likely he's sending 40 as well, so... See if Drac wants to go 6 workers with the Peewee. From my experience, this does a lot worse than you would expect with 2 Peewees, or 3 Peewees? I forget. We'll see. He opts to stay 5 works, it looks like. A lot more sensical. And we have Lucy, the only one going to 6 workers. Probably the only one who can. We see Paweded going for a nice little seedling tech, letting those creeps get 3-shot. Ooh, and Lucy saves on Fine. That is bullying. But Fine manages to get out the casket, so he's actually got a very good spot. This is an interesting skip, though. Or are they going straight for something? Because Drac also saving... I'm surprised, to say the least, because you have to go straight 5 or 6 versus this build. You're not going 4. And now that you see a casket, do you also want to save, or do you just want to go income here? Those are the two options, right? For Lucy, I think that makes a way more sense, especially goes 7 works, so she needs to send probably just the income with the dino, and Drac will save, if I had to guess, but nope, we go Giga Cringe. Straight 5 from both of them. Man, Drac's not even Like, he's not building anything. I mean, he is gonna build something, but like, yeah, it's pretty psychopathic, I will say. And Paweded went to 6 workers. I mean, I would also hate being 5 workers, so I think it's not unreasonable, but definitely a little bit risky. And Fine goes for the Slime Mummy. I mean, it's not the best next. I would have liked to see maybe just the Casket upgrade shifting at the Violet. Is that possible? I don't know. I don't even know if that's that good versus like Hermit then, but let's see. We have Brute, probably double Brute, and then Imps from Drach. And they save. Ooh, what? Crazy, guys. I mean, we're on value, but the value is a consort and 2 buzzes. It's good versus Brute. Let's see. We have the Butcher, we have some Seedlings. Doesn't this Archer not kill the boss to ascend? Or am I stupid? Anyways, let's focus on the real stuff. How are the Brutes doing? They're both hitting the consort, and one of them is gonna have to get sniped. It's getting put down now. Windhawk tanking really nicely. I mean, Slime's is gonna get full mana. Nightmare Butcher is doing alright, 50%. Pretty acceptable, you would say, considering they saved as well. And with that Brute Snipe from the Consort passive, Fine is also doing not bad, but this is some pretty decent king damage. And on the left we have, obviously, not the worst builds with this gold. It's Zerker and something for Lucy as well. Probably Orchid if she needs it for 6. So I'm not sure what the angle is here with the Mythium saved up. It is just gonna be straight here. I mean, that is a crazy send to me. But let's see if it can work. I mean, we're giving them a Zerker. Easy Harden for Drach. We have Orchid on the left. I mean, unless this unit doesn't work against the Mole, it should be a snack. We have a nice little Robo attempt from Drach on the resend. Lucy just goes for income. Obviously, this build is a bit stronger on wave 6 than the Nightmare. But it's not even double Robo, it's just Robo Snail. And we'll see. Brute, Robo, Snail into this lane. Is the Archer tanking anything? Tanked 1 hit from the Snail. Not optimal, but the Zerker should be tanking half the wave, and then the Mudman tanking the other half. Might be a small leak just because that Archer didn't end up picking up any aggro, so the Zerker overtanks, but looks like he's gonna get most of the job done. And then over here, Lucy's full holding, and he leaks Paweded with that resend. Yeah, I mean, it's tough line to thread, because if the Archer dies, you also have a problem, but yeah, you would say a good hold from both. Obviously, Lucy doing a bit better, because one, the Mole is just not very good versus the Orchid. I think you would always prefer to see damage sends there from Paweded rather than the Mole. And they go income here. Don't love it, but I would expect 8 to be coming in both of these lanes, and they're not looking too good there. Fine will be overvalue, or on value rather, so he's going to shift here for the Doomsday. I actually have played against him many times, and he always likes to get that Doomsday out on 8, and he's always got good positioning, so surely he won't disappoint us here. Okay, to get a little reach. Oh my god, what are these? Jules has been going crazy on the predictions, I can't lie. I mean, I would agree with the game state currently the way it is. I would also favor Drach and Lucy quite heavily. So going for double income king. I mean, I would assume they had the read on the send, but Lucy almost leaking to that fiend. 1 atom versus 10 little blobs. Can it get the job done? It can. We have the Mole sent, and we have Drach skipping. Wow, okay. A little cringe, but it's correct, right? Because we expect Nightmare and Cat Stack, I would guess. And we have that Doomsday like we're talking about. Really pretty good on 8 if it can split tank. Yeah, I mean, this can go. I mean, sending full snails is not correct or, well, I mean, I can't say whether it was correct or not. I probably wouldn't have done it. Like, I prefer just a brute as well, but against Doomsday, especially, not very good because it's snacking all the snails. This Doomsday is tanking very nicely. It's got half the waves just sitting on it. Now it's focusing the mole, and everything made it to the wave. This looks like a pretty nice hold from Mr. Fine, so very well job well done here. Problem is he had to be 9 workers in order to pull this off. Um, so obviously not the biggest advantage, and we have the full robo. Let's see if the chef can take down the robo army here. The cat is actually very good versus those robos, so that is a nice part of sacking the cat. You don't lose out on everything. So let's see. Does he go for it? Ooh, ooh, I really don't like this. I can't lie. But let the man cook, I suppose. Just not a fan of it myself. I think the head chef is just the smartest thing to do when you have a lot of value on it already. It's a simpler option. Doesn't necessarily, it might not be better, but Sfiler's doing good against the robos. If you kill off the melee creeps hitting it, then the robos are basically just feeding it mana for the rest of the fight, which is what's happening. So he does kill a good amount here. Yeah, and you'd say that's a very good hold. Obviously, robos finish it off, but yeah, I mean, he got all the creeps, but he still leaks on value. Not ideal, but, you know, acceptable. And Lucy went for a save now. I mean, you would expect her to skip 10 and go for like an 11 punish, where Fine really has no chance, but income on 10 is her choice. Don't hate that either. I mean, this build is not like particularly good on 10 either. The Halo is okay, not as broken on 10 as it used to be. And we have Drax saving. Paweded going for little income. Not sure why he did it necessarily. His gold looks fine. And maybe you want to have a little pressure into 11 rest of these units, but actually a full send here. Wow, that's cheeky. It can work. I mean, we have a full Iron Maiden. The atoms aren't the best on 10. Let's keep our eye out. We have Income King, so I would assume Fine is fine. Maybe he's actually leaking small, though. Let's see. No, it looks like he's got it. And yeah, the double fiend actually working out here, and we have a little grief here. Tiny, tiny bit. Double Zerker, not quite enough. He's hedging his bets by building a Violet. So that's a nice little benefit for Mr. Fine and Paweded. And everyone going income again. The cartel kicking in means Drac actually is on top in terms of income. Obviously not on top in terms of workers, but Fine also now. No cartel debuff for him, so he's actually caught up to Lucy. And yeah, not a bad spot for Fine and Paweded, I would say, after that 10 little accident. Dark Ritual even from Mr. Drachir. Um, just needing the gold to build, I guess. And they get a bunch of regen in. Battle Scars, you can't stop Lucy from picking the spell. Dark Ritual from Paweded as well. Gets out the Chieftain. Right now he's doing Big Phoenix. I would imagine that changes to be Big Egg, and this looks like a pretty nice egg angle. You expect 14 versus your build, so should be pretty juicy. Obviously, Resend would be the other weakness in the build, but you don't really expect that after 11. So I would like to see him egg. We'll see if he goes for it. Looks like he is. Not sure that's the spot for it necessarily, but I don't really know where I would want to put it anywhere else, so it's just a little awkward with this Phoenix, because it's not going to tank very much. Fine, building up already, prepping for 14 and 15 second Slime Mummy. He has a Villain Halo, very strong spell. I mean, I would imagine once you upgrade that to a big halo, that's almost. I would say, is that more value than DR by that point? Maybe. It's comparable, I think, at that point. But I would imagine this game goes to 14 or 15 now. We didn't see. I mean, we see Drach actually was very pushed. Not sure if he's like pushed for 14 or pushed for. Yeah, 13 is just way too soon, right? Like, I could see the idea behind pushing for 14. But he's actually Paweded's adapting a bit, building the doppel here rather than invest more in this chieftain Phoenix stuff. I think that's reasonable. Also, he doesn't have gold for any of the other stuff. And I mean, they're gonna have to send next. It's more whether or not Fine and Paweded decide to send, because hatching an egg can definitely trick you into thinking you're very safe. Obviously, Fine has got really strong stuff here. Got that guy, got this guy to kill the GK, got OT for all these arcane tanks. We'll see what he comes up with. And his Doomsday is split tanking, which is very important. So we do see the sun come out from Drach and Lucy. Here comes a 4-eye. Here comes some ogres. I love the ogres a lot more than the GKs because we have a villain Halo, so obviously those GKs are getting melted, and then the ogres are just what you need damage to try and run over the Doomsday. With that egg, they decide to save, and they are going to play quite undervalued here. We'll see how it goes. They need to buff a cat here, obviously. Can't be buffing a Fire Lord on 14. Fine, opting to go for more caskets rather than anything else. We have a Mimic Scent as well. See if that can get any snackies on these slime sirens. Probably not, I would guess, but I respect the attempt. And it's double 4-eye and a little snail. I think that's not bad. We don't really have that much arcane value here, and we're still buffing our Fire Lord, which I hate. We've gone for Head Chef, which isn't horrible, but let's see how we do here. Try and find the doppel. Doomsday smurfing. Really nice positioning from Mr. Fine over there. Slime Siren, one of them didn't quite get the mana off, it looks like, but this one is. But the Doomsday getting run over now, but looks like a very solid hold from him. And the same for Paweded, leaking the double 4-eye into creeps, and Fine leaking just the ogre, so really nice job from him. Now they have all this Mythium. What do you want to do with it? I can see 15, I can see 16. I don't think either one is worse, but personally, I'd be more inclined to go 16 because we were on the such low workers for that long. But they are going to go for that. The important thing is you need to not grief on this turn, because if you leak badly to, if you leak to the Income King, it's very, very bad. And we do see that they expect a 15 send. Phoenix out of his ass. And double hardened. Obviously not a big deal in 16 to be de-hardened. Very important that they send here, to be honest, because they would always income king here, because if you don't have king ups here and you skip, you're going to die if they send. So completely reasonable. Fine now on top after that really nice 14 hold. Let's see how the income king does. Should be fine unless this Doomsday mysteriously dies. But looks like it's just perfectly split tanking. So again, this positioning by Fine, really nice. How are we doing on the left? Well, on the left it looks like we have a bit of an oopsie. But maybe just a long wave actually. Which you would not be that sad with. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a long wave. It's not that bad of a leak. Just the boss, 33%. Take that when you're going for a big sun like this. The Centaur need their Mole Hermit. Yeah, I like that. We probably need a pack leader in there as well. And then we have a Centaur pack mole. I don't like the imps. Normally, I think they're fine, but the Orchid combined with the casket for that AoE, just not very good to send melees into that, I think. The Orchid just picks off those imps pretty easily. And what decision we have for Drac? We have the MPS, so going for a lot of damage here. We actually have a try-hard match here. I wonder if they get full spell as well, or they rather choose to go for... Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are the 2 lionesses? Okay, I mean, this is a 2-stack and this is a 2-stack. I would have liked to maybe put something in the split a bit longer, but um, is what it is. They do get full spell. We see the full boost from Lucy. I'm lagging a bit. I don't really want to look right because I assume the action's on the left. Lucy's like 800 under without the battle scars proc, so probably closer to like 400, 500 under, and I think the way she's holding reflects that. Not bad at all. Obviously the number is big, but that is a big, big send. And we actually do have a leak on the right side here, that Mole Hermit just clapping him, and then on the left we do, I think, have a barely a hold. See if their king can survive. I think they're alive. And now we can talk about how they want to end the game. 19 looks like the play to me. I don't see that hard of a push from Drac and Lucy, so it looks like they think it's the play as well. What do Fine and Paweded want? They're not pushing at all. Going for some overbuild shenanigans. I think everybody kind of wants 19. Yeah, kind of looks like that. I would love to see Fine push a bit more because I think his is the 19 holder. I mean, Lucy is good there with the bunk as well. It's not a clear-cut answer for sure. But I think Paweded will hold better than Fine on 19 looking at these units. So that's the only reason why I think he should push. And I think that would be the correct play. Is for him to start suing during 18. Or even just push the rest of this now. They're never going 18, right? So you just need to figure out who among you is holding 19 the best. If Paweded does not go for this Phoenix and instead goes for like a big buffed alpha male on, what's it call it? On 19, that could be very good. Maybe the Phoenix will be good as well. We shall see. Fine, realizing he's actually killed his Halo. It's not an easy play to spot, but I think Fine should Sui. He's not holding 19 longer. You look at Paweded's units, my god, those are some very good 19 units. Oh, I didn't update the overlay. I just read chat. My bad. Good call. I'm asleep at the wheel. Let me do that real quick. Okay, it's fixed. Let's see what's happening. I fell asleep, by the way. We have some boosts from Lucy. Looks like wasn't fully sure, but Drax seems pretty sure. Full building for 19, or yeah, full building for 19, but a little bit scared. We have the Sens. Shaman pretty much a must now after the changes to 19 where the split shot is gone. We have the Ram. Shaman Witch actually into Fine. Maybe anticipating Fine going for full buzz spam because that might be his best 19 option, honestly. And tree spam I would imagine is Lucy's best option here. And Drac obviously will go for the small mudman spam, a lot more efficient without the split shot. And no clue who's doing the best here. If I had to put money on it, it's probably Drac. He has full harden, good DPS, and highest value even. So he's checked off all the boxes. We're buffing an alpha male, it looks like. Very good. And yeah, Fine does go for the buzzes like we talked about. It's definitely the best thing he can build here. Lucy with a nice read to go for that witch, actually, so props to her for figuring that out. Let's see, I mean, the witch is getting a good amount of mana. Someone's a second frog go very, very fast. So obviously going to be pretty nice efficiency on that send. Let's zoom out, see if we can see everything. How is Drac doing? It looks like he's clapping very hard, killing a lot of the wave already. And how is everyone else doing? Fine actually doing extremely well himself. Is he just holding? Not quite. Oh, wait. They both held on the left, though. That part is less good. So yeah, but now we would expect resends for sure if they're alive, which I think they are. It's only a couple creeps in the shaman, and they've got a good amount of attack. So I would imagine everyone needs to resend here. Very low values, very bad units considering how much we spammed. Probably a shaman after income. We have Fine and Paweded pushing for it. Drac and Lucy doing the opposite and not pushing for it, but anticipating it for sure. Drac gonna be on value, but with so much dehardened value, I don't know how good he's gonna do. And we have the Shaman Sens. There we go. I mean, Fine needs to build as well. Probably sell some of these buzzes, brother. We don't want to feed. Oh, whoa. We can't be building for that wave, I think. Yeah, okay. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, are Drac and Lucy also not going for a resend? I guess they think they're just holding, which might be true. Nope, there it is. Shamans after income. Just a last second decision. Oh, the Coilers! Has she hid them the whole game just for this? I mean, that is just really nice. We'll see how Drac does. Obviously, he has the Fadas with the MPS just shredding that boss, it looks like. My god, it's actually dead in like 2 seconds. So it looks like he'll be holding. Looks like Lucy will be close to holding. And on the other side, even with those villain arcs, it might not be enough. Just too much, too little value. So pretty nice first game from Drac and Lucy. Survived that long save, even if Fine and Paweded were able to skip that 14. They just couldn't find the punch afterwards. So nice job by them. Yes, I'm reading chat now. Yes, Barn something. I was trying to do it fast and I can't remember how to spell it, so that's what their name is for now. Let me update that score now. And it's 1-0, so they won with Cartel and Greed, was it? So obviously taking Cartel is very important. I think that spell is, I mean, Cartel and Greed I would rate both as extremely strong masterminds, especially in tournament. So let's join up with the lobby, see where we're at. I would expect Fine and Paweded to run it back. It was a good solid game from them. Just couldn't close out their advantage. They had to go for, I mean, the play that I would have suggested would not have worked since Lucy held anyways, and Paweded did not, but was the play I thought they could make. Because pushing for 18 wasn't realistic there. And I'm not sure what other options they had that game. Maybe sending 15 was just correct. That's entirely possible that 15-18 would be okay for them. Overall tricky. I mean, Drac and Lucy had very strong roles. But his life. Let's see. We have Lucy trying to join the other team. And let's see. Game 2. What are they going to pick? Are we going to see Megamind from Mr. Drachir again? That would be spicy. We're going to see Champion. I would love to see that as well. It's a lot of fun. Don't know. I'm excited either way. I hope Fine and Paweded play as good as they did last game because that was very, very close. Just barely couldn't manage it. And that was kind of a punishment for playing YOLO, right? Like he had a solid role, managed to pilot it all the way until the late game, but he just fell a little bit short. And we're gonna see that YOLO again. And Megamind Castle, I mean, it's not what you want to see, but I don't think Castle is that bad right now. And I think especially Castle sending into Cartel is pretty nice. Just really rewards starving. And we have the champion pick from Lucy. What does she have? Who is going to be the champ? Maybe the Zerker, probably the best option. The tough part, she doesn't have that Garg, that Peewee, something to go 6 workers with. Maybe she'll just go 6 workers anyways and say fuck it, but I don't think it's that good to do that. Fine has a gun. Little weird with the Whirlybird. Obviously pretty good on 6 as a damage source, so maybe that can help out the gun. But I wonder if playing cat. Yeah, I was gonna say like playing some sort of build and transitioning into gun might be easier with the casket and the whirlybird. Maybe. We'll see what it goes for. Okay, so Gate Guard Double Hunt. Love that from Paweded. Uh, really strong early game. Kind of a weird role where he has the double 100 gold fortified units. Kind of like might end up with some awkward gold at times, but we'll see how he pilots it. And Drachir went for the flower. Very nice with castle usually because it lets you get that early game worker advantage, which lets you kind of transition into uh, playing around the income deficit. Like you can kind of make up for it, and then hopefully end up in a spot where you're not too far behind. And again, we see triple defensive or like triple non-offensive spells. So pretty decent spot for castle in general in that spot. Investment obviously not the most thing you want to see, but it's something. And in terms of sorcerer targets, do we have anyone juicy? The bunk, maybe? That's not a bad target. And I want us to take a look at how the champ does in this game. Because it's a pretty, like, I would say risky mastermind. Like, you have to be able to generate a advantage to make up for it, or have so much value on the champion that it ends up making up for being behind from having zero income later in the game. So like either putting it on like a turbo buffed unit, but the Fatalizer has been nerfed. I think synergies like the healing are weaker with the Fata, and she doesn't have any. So we'll see how it goes. She's so poor that she can't even build here. That is not good, I think. Maybe she needed to just snail for... Okay, she rerolled, found the Aqua. We're back. Never fear. Lucy is here. And Drac actually has the nice little Steed Whirlybird combo. They made that work, so that should be actually pretty giga, I would say. We have Paweded going to 5 workers, leaving both his rats up. I mean, I guess with his gold, you kind of have to. You don't really have... There's not really options. You either build a gate guard or, like, the rat or the harpy. Like, the rat is, like, 75 gold. Pretty nice for his thresholds, I would guess. So everyone on 6 workers now. And, like, champ not paying off, I would say. Like, this is not what you want to see, to be honest. But, like, obviously did okay there. But if you're another mastermind, you can just build the devilfish, and then you don't have to worry about this. Is my point why I don't think champion is that good, and besides specific spots, but we'll see how it plays out through the rest of the game. Super long wave, by the way, so will we see those 6 cents? I would imagine, or not 6 cents, 4 cents. But they choose to go for their little save shenanigans. We saw they went straight 5 last game, it paid off. Maybe some of more of the same. We have Lucy playing super undervalue, 7 workers. Is Paweded going to finish this full send? The answer is no. And the question is, does Lucy leak to this? Champion Zerker, I would imagine he does okay here. Obviously, 270 value is very low. And we do see that Brute come out versus Mr. Fine. And is it going to be a Giga Mega Pro League? Or is it just clapping the wave? I can't... Looks like the answer is it's clapping. What a beast. And doesn't quite get enough Mythium to send the Brute in income. Tough beat. And we have a Hermit into Drac. Hermit? That seems wrong to me. Like, you've seen single target already. Hermit, I mean, it's not the worst. It's still magic damage, I suppose, and counters the flower, so I just wouldn't be that inclined to send for leak, but let's see what if it can work or not. Lucy getting not double brute. Oh, just so close, and the gun comes out, and that is just perfect. Tanking pretty nicely. Let's zoom out a bit. Paweded has some imps in his lane again, but he's +5, by the way, with good units, so it should be a snack. And how is Drac doing. It also looks very close to being a snack. Maybe just the Hermit is leaking. Yeah, I mean, fine leaking, just the power creeps. And how are we doing over here? Drac is just holding. Paweded is... just holding. What a beast. +5 player diff. But yeah, really nice holds. And Lucy says, fuck it, we go again, run it back. If you're fine, you have to expect this. You built a gun. Yeah, I would overbuild like 99 times out of 10 here in this spot. Like probably bazooka, I guess. Bazooka stack tier 1, maybe. I'm not sure what his goal, what his plan is. Could be double bazooka. Do we ever hunt the rats, or are we playing genome rats? Ooh, 10 workers now, by the way, from Drac. So they didn't get a punish. And wow, Drac, what is this? Jules thinks Lucy has lost the game. I mean, yeah, the income isn't looking good between her and Paweded, obviously, but jeez. Yeah, 20 income already. It's definitely a fair point. Just a very nice game from for Paweded. And is the brute working? It's kind of working. Small leak, overvalue. You take that if you're Lucy. You take that if you're fine. What is the next play? I would imagine 8 is something we need to consider versus everyone's builds. Lucy going for some income, it looks like. Maybe trying to get herself to a spot where she can hold some stuff. Let's see what Paweded goes for. I mean, Sky Queen, I would imagine, is coming out here. Do we hunt? Are we mice or are we men? Or men. One hunt. Or somewhere in between, rather. We have the Priestess, so that's a nice find. Great target with this Sorcerer plus the Steeds. Obviously, we have some mana suckers on the team, but they can be ditched later. Let's see how we do here. I would imagine Lucy could be in some trouble here. But probably shouldn't do too bad. The Zerker is always already a good answer to Mole. I would be more scared of a different scent at this point, and Fine does go for a Hermit instead. Knows that Mole's getting snacked. Income into Drac after seeing that Priestess, and I get a little nervous when I see a Steed inside the circle, but yeah, fair enough. He's trying to make sure that his bow doesn't die. He needs to cover here. I don't really love this, but I can definitely see the intention behind it. I think the worry is that this doesn't tank it enough. And it's quite important that the Aqua tanks. And we don't see a heart in here. Oh, we do see a heart. Okay. I was gonna say that'd be very surprising. So Hermit, Brute, Snail, Snail. I mean, not my scent of choice personally, but I think it's fine. And we have a snuck in a Robo here from Drac into Paweded. He's giga on value though. What do the sources say? The sources say Drac is actually going for a little bit of a leak here. And Lucy is doing not bad, but like I said, I think if that Fire Aqua does split tank a bit, it's way better. Yeah, I mean, this is just building the advantage. I mean, we have Castle in the game, but yeah, the Cartel player is running away with it a bit. We tried that long save, but the rats are a perfect counter to that. Yeah, not looking good for the boys on the right, can't lie. And we have a Mole try here. Obviously, these units are... literally every unit is bad here, but it looks like he knows that, is going to overbuild with that Alpha Male. Should be vibing. And they save. So they have the option probably for 10, you would imagine. And, well, against Lucy, you might angle somewhere else. Maybe just income or just 11. Honestly, I mean, it's a bit of a gamble to go like 12 or something in this game. Especially when you're this far ahead. I think incoming next, incoming 11, both are very good plays. Let's see what they go for. Or sending for a leak into Drac makes a lot of sense next. Is value the king here, or are we still leaking to the small brute? We are leaking the ball, right? Can't kill that bad boy. Which is honestly good if they want this 10 cent, which looks like we're going for brutes into a Feta. I mean, if champion Feta leaks 10, I don't know what to say. If Drach leaks 10, I would say that is very expected given his units. In fact, he goes for Death Cap here. He leak. But we hope that this bad boy can get the job done. Roots is probably the right send, though. We'll see if the... I was gonna say... What is it? What is this? 5-sided Pentabrute stratagem. Very creative. See if you can get the job done. Drac is ping a badger. Not sure what that's about. Pull the boss to the left here so the Feta can get on it right away. Only one brute on that Fatalizer, I think. So the Badger tanking all the brutes very nicely for the Feta. That's what you want to see. It's slowing down now, but I think the job is done. Great job by FC Lucy. Won't be able to cover because that Feta does go down, but holding your own lane is the good part of that. And yeah, I mean, the Jules still doesn't like their odds, but that's life. Everyone got sends here, so we might see some Creditor tries. Drac wants Sorcerer, obviously, so probably rather push. But we see a Giga Schmiga overbuild for the Creditor. Double Hunt, though. Let's see. We try a Robo resend into here. What does Fine even want? No great Sorcerer target, so probably you want to take Creditor. And chill a bit. A Warg, a Lioness. You need a actually Creditor, though, if you take Creditor. That part is actually pretty important. So, I mean, they're on value while Creditoring. See if this offensive try can work. Maybe Drac is looking for a 12 punish into the Creditor rather than the 11 resend. So 140 resend on value, has the Zeus for damage, has 2 little guns that he protected well. Kills 1 Robo. Looks like the second one, all the Robos are dead now. I mean, maybe it's a small leak. Let's take a look at his gold right now. Lost 58 to leaks. I mean, 33%, let's see, so 58. Drac also leaked a bit to the Dino. Dino too strong. 58. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, 44. 44 gold, gained 80 something from Predator. 85. Or, wait, hold on. Math time. Lock in. Gain 90 gold, so plus 50 for him there. Drac going for some saving. I mean, I think the Creditor should make sure that this game is not winnable, but with Castle, some high worker push, if someone griefs, there's always potential. Like, the incomes are looking nice for the left team. The values are looking nice for the right team. Looks like we might see a 14 send from Drac and Lucy. Very push for it. Fine and Paweded might think they're okay given that they're creding one more time. But if you see Drac's value and his units, you might want to just send 14. And it's not like Lucy's that good there either. Lucy obviously a bit behind in Mythium because she sent on 11. Or are we saving? We're going income, okay. Interesting play, I suppose. Kind of trying to scale, like, I mean, over pushing and incoming doesn't seem like the best strategy unless you're very sure you can hold. But I mean, this is quite a bit of value generation. I wonder if you even sell this thing to try and funnel all the mana into the Azeria, but losing value is also bad. Lucy a bit closer to value. See how this goes. Good send from Paweded as well. I think ogres are correct. And ogres are also right into Drax build. Oh. I mean, it's tanking. Sniping one ogre. You would have liked to see it tank a bit more considering he has so many steeds, but Lucy is just snacking. Sniped both ogres. And Drac obviously looks like he's going for a bit of a leak that Azir just not tanking enough, I think. I mean, it's nice for Lucy, but I think it's also fine for Fine and Paweded. We saw that King HP lead. Drax got a nice income lead for himself now. Can't deny that, but I will say there's a slight value discrepancy. We did chilling on 3.2k. And I guess the question is, when do you go now? Because 16 is... I mean, like, 18 is where you want to end up, but how do you get past 17? I guess you push for 16 into 18? That could be the play. But we have some dirty overbuilders on the right side. We have some dirty overpushers on the left. Let's see how that goes. I don't mind going for aggressive play when you're behind, though. It's probably correct. The question will be if Fine and Paweded feel like they have to send. I mean, see, minus 600, Drac could be capping. You probably just trust your value, do some king ups if you're scared. If your value's not looking good. Double ogre, Ram, double ogre. I guess that's a little surprising. I would have thought that you want to send... Well, he does have two badgers. Maybe a centaur would have been what I was thinking, but I can see ogres as well. And we have Fine busting out the pyros. That is nice. I can't lie. Should make sure that they never die. He should get the wave very low or kill everything, basically. Obviously Packmole is a good send into that. So triple ogre into this build. I don't know if that's enough. We'll see. Pyros are kind of melting the wave with that. Even with that Yuzora plus Casket AoE, it's just piling on top. The guns are piling enough single target. Yeah, I mean, it looks like GG to me. They're holding way too good here. And I'm not really sure what the... I mean, they got a shutdown. That's not too bad. But if you're finding Paweded, you can send here. Or go 19, I guess. But I personally like sending here, to be honest. And they do. Whoa, double ram. Seems ill-advised. I think you would want to just send full damage to kill the Mudmen, but is what it is. 2 Havens, 2 Death Caps, bunch of Whirlybirds with Steed. They go for some regions, so hopefully trying to live here. I mean, the only way they can win this game is if they somehow miraculously hold here and then heal up, go 20 maybe. It's looking like rough stuff otherwise, I would say. Here the sends Kraken for a Kraken. I mean, it's not bad. The Zero tanking really nicely this wave though. Maybe that can be what Drac needs to pull off this hold. How is Lucy doing? Very good. I mean, like I said, the double rem was a little bit of a grief, and it looks like Lucy is able to punish that by holding really nicely. Same with Drac, honestly. Really good holds, but are they dead? It's a good amount of creeps. Like 10 creeps a pack and a 4-eye. 57? 17? Close. I would say that they're dead, but... One more spell, and they're vibing. Let's go. Now the hard part is... I mean, they need to make it to 20 is the plan, I would assume. That's where they actually have better builds. Not sure why Drac goes for a second at 0 here. I always thought that full Steeds is better. To pump mana into 1. But, we shall see what we shall see. And it looks like they also prep 20. I mean, this feels somewhat wrong to me that you don't want to force 19, but I don't know. I guess he has Giga Iron Scales. Like that's pretty good on 20. Guess 19 versus I don't know. 20 just seems like the mistake to me, but they're 8% king. It's very hard for them to skip. Looks like they want to play for 20 though. I mean, the fact that they're alive with that Giga overpush means that Drac's income is actually Giga. So like this kind of scenario where you're long saving and not pushing is pretty favorable for him in terms of catching up in value. Obviously, they still have more value. Don't get me wrong, but he gets 100 closer every wave. I mean, I think it comes down to the fact of whether or not he has enough value for 20. Because he certainly has the units. Ooh, the Harden here. I guess saying that Drac 20 is your job. Because with the full D Harden, you're not holding 20. Is she just going to Sui now? That doesn't seem right as well. Paweded is probably holding longest with those Badgers. I mean, she has Fado. She can do a lot of damage to the boss. So here comes the send. Shaman double GK. Probably needs some damage, so I'd like to see like Needler, Witch, maybe. Shaman Kraken into Drac. I think you also need damage versus Drac. Double Kraken into Lucy. Okay, all the mana suckers are gone. We're going full Steeds. And like I said, that's why I was not sure why there's 2 Azerias. Oh, did they cap the stacks in this mode as well? I thought that it's only in Classic that it's capped. I mean, if it is capped, then I understand why I built 2. But yeah, I would have thought that it's not. Full Iron Scales, I mean, I think the Azeria with Sorcerer and this many Steeds is just more value, like, I can't lie. And we have a damage sent into Fine when he has no real damage to kill the boss, I like that. And no Shaman, what? That is crazy to me. Let's see how everyone's doing. I guess I can zoom out for the Giga view. The Badgers, I mean, they're stalling, but they also don't do damage is the problem. Is Drac just deleting that boss? It looks like it. Just an easy snack. You need to send more damage in that scenario rather than tanks, I think. But also an easy snack is here. Just stalling forever with those gates. So no one is dead. Okay. Thank you. Next. I mean, Lucy would have Giga held this wave if she had Hardens. That's something I can say for certain. Whoa, they actually almost died here. Like, yeah, I feel like the third GK is wrong, and you rather go for a Needler or something. Ooh, an instant resend. Maybe feels like the values are too low for them to live. So I don't mind it. do they think they are getting a resend themselves, I guess is the question. I mean, Drax's value is just so giga. I mean, do we harden here if you're Lucy? They're very low king is the problem. A very interesting situation. Probably not the time for Archer. Single target is probably better. Well, doesn't really have much in the way of single target, I can't lie. So no hardens here. Don't expect a resend, but think a resend themselves is gonna work. Let's see. Can zoom in a bit. And how are we doing here? I mean, the boss on the left lane is not dying. It is now. It's 9k value. Well, this is, I mean, seems premature to send before you can see if you hold it or not. Because if you hold, you definitely want to skip one. But are we holding? It's close. I mean, there's a lot of Gates ones just chilling there. I think he's got it. So that resend looks like it's not going to work. Unless... There's a lot of creeps in from Fine's lane. Do we have enough in the gates? Enough juice? We only need like one creep and one shaman to go through and it's GG. Oh, we are going to see two creeps and a shaman? Is it enough? Was my prediction wrong? Oh, it's so fucking close. Holy shit. That is a crazy finish. Wow, I mean, well played to both teams, especially Drac and Lucy, though, fighting back in that game. I mean, look at this graph, man. Your team win probability, 18%. Yeah, like, no problem. 20%. 35%. Like, crazy. Crazy game from them. Let me ask Drac if he knows. Is Azuria mana cap? Or what was the thinking with two Azurias? Let's get some secret info from Mr. Drachir. I mean, Super 6 series, did the lower bracket finish already? No? Yes? No? Are they done? Yeah, they won both. I realize I'm 20, I should have just kicked. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it is correct. Can you report score? Report score. Don't. Um, well, I mean, it looks like they won, so we're gonna get that rematch in the elimination bracket. I'll ask Fine and Paweded if they need a break. You guys need a break? Or do you want to play for the last match? ASAP. ASAP. Okay. They said they're good to go. It's so close now. I think pushing for what's that? Okay, let me update the things after giving some flame to, well, not flame, constructive advice, I will say. Ram Pam Pam with Fine and Paweded. They do not have any games won, sadly, but they will be going up against Team Drakbot, sponsored by drakbot.site. Go there to get all your LTD2 stats info. And that team is DarkQuacker and what's his name? Isolde. And I need to move their tag because they're too big. Okay. And we're back. Give me 1 minute to bathroom. Alright, we're back. Okay, so Mr. Isolde and Mr. DarkQuacker were able to win their losers matchup. And they're back for more. Now it's winner take all, loser go home. Let's go. Let's see. Who do I rate? I mean, the thing about going to the losers bracket that is nice though is that if you're a new team like Little Brown Quacker, they have some time to figure out their communication, get on the same page, start getting familiar, playing with each other a bit in tournament, kick off the nerves, whatever you want to call it, and hopefully they don't int the fuck out of both games and die before 10 again. Because that would be boring. So let's see some good games. Let's see some fights. We just got 2 more of them, even though that was a 2-0. Let's see 3 games. Let's just see some fight. Let's see some Legion TD2. Let's go. Okay. And 1 offensive spell now, so I like that. 1 defensive spell and 1 buff spell. And we have the business. Ooh. This nice Lucker DarkQuacker just hits YOLO off of Megamind. I mean, what a fucking cheater. Also, I like Sakura a bit more here, I think. I think it's got really nice units for it. Like the Bunk, the Avenger. Just clean stuff, I feel. But he maybe likes the Wildshroom dude, the Serpent, the Pixie, get the Canopi, get the Bunk, etc. What do we have for Little Bro? Not as good. Not as good. I mean, we have Harpy Steed if we can figure out some combination of early game to play with it. We have Flower with the Pack Rat if we want it. Nope, no Pack Rat. And we have the Skeleton motherfucker for Fine. The problem with the Skeleton, guys, he doesn't have a 5 or 6 answer really, so good luck to him there. And we go Castle Nightmare. That is not what I expected him to play. I think you generally do not want to click this unit with Castle, but It's generally. Let's see what he's got. Show me some moves. Quacker not pussying out here and building just the Wildshroom. Respect, brother. Let's see. Okay, I mean, I would imagine Fine probably is gonna reroll somewhere during wave 4, or maybe even earlier. Wave 4 is like the normal time you would do it, right? First time you need an answer with this roll. And does this long wave let Paweded send? But it lets Quacker send 5 worker diff. And now we have to play around Snail, which is obviously correct. We know it's coming. We have the Ranger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beast. And we have some indecision. Build, brother. Okay, he built. And what do we have over here? We have the Coiler. No surprises there. 6 workers for Paweded, likely. And what do we have? Fine, gonna be chilling on 5. Has to build his stuff. Makes it to 5 workers finally. The long wave does help him send out 40, so not all is bad in the world. Oh, what's that? What's that thing? A little robo action. Okay, and we have the Pixie like we expect. I kind of would prefer half down personally, but dealer's choice, I suppose. What do we have for little bro? Cat in the split. Is he getting a full send? I mean, yeah, probably. If your teammate's sending a robo, committing to full send is not a bad idea. And I guess the idea behind the robo is that it can tank the serpent decent amount. Oh, wait. It's wave 3. I'm dumb. It's not going to tank the serpent. Creeps are going to tank the serpent. Really nice aggro. Pixie tanking great. Robo's only hitting this thing. Looks like an easy snack. Bit of a miscalculation. And somehow this Nightmare just wrapped and killed the lizard, so good news so far for the red team, I would say. And let's see this fine reroll now. I would say it's about damn time. Gotta figure out what you're gonna build next coming waves. We have a little pack rat from Paweded. Or not. What is he thinking about building instead? Another ranger? Stacking the cat? Ranger and a cat. Stack it is. We have a save from Little Bro and Quacker. Going 5 is correct. It's got or 5 or 6. I think pressuring either is fine. Probably, unless Little Bro can build the Pilgrim he needs to send. And Fine is rerolling. Can he find something is the question. Income for 3 players. Fine, chilling. What did he hit? Oh, that's the plan. I can't say I like this plan, but let's see how it goes. I suspect that these fire archers may be suffering from extreme case of dead, but I mean they have been buffed. Maybe I don't know something. And just income, so not full send. I mean, the first one is vibing. I guess against a fiend, this is no problem. So, good job. And the same for Mr. Paweded. And we have a brute try into Lil Bro. 7 worker nightmare. I think he'll be okay. He didn't randomly push and try to kill himself. So, in game, of course, we go for the buckler. We go for some consort action. We go for buzz. Yeah, I like it. Brute Robo does get a second one. That would be the scary part. Some more income from Little Bro. But if you ping his gold, you'll see he actually needed it. So mathematically, he's safe. Quacker pushing the 10 workers here. What a Chad. Got the Canopy out. Trying to abuse that power spike and 7-8 with his Canopy and his Coiler. See if he can go for a punish here onto Fine. Or if Fine is going to recoup too much gold from this send. Doesn't look like he will. Let's get one more heal. Wait, Quacker? Maybe trolled a bit too far. Canopy tried to solo the whole wave, it looks like, and did not come out ahead. Bit of a blunder, you would say. Unless he gets the Mimic, then maybe the long wave was worth it, but he Mimicant, I think. It's close. Come on. Okay, he got it. Giga worth then. I mean, Fine is fucked. Quacker is not fucked. But his build is very awkward, I will say. And he might have been fucked if Paweded went full send, like Brute plus something. Brute plus Robo or Brute plus Lizard. Yeah, they're both playing very risky. Little Bro and Quacker. But, I mean, Mimic should get some snacking done here. We're kind of letting Quacker go. Like, yeah. I don't like Lizard, by the way. I'd much rather see, what's it called? Robo Leak, but I can understand why they send the Lizard. But the Robo's better for 99% of the scenarios. Mimic not really snacking. Got 9. But I think the bigger snack is how much gold he's about to lose to leaks. Let's watch. How much do we guess here? Wait, Quacker is... you can't see how much he gets directly, but I guess you can watch his gold total. 153. $153, and he's going to end up at... $195, 200, so he gained just under 50 gold from that. And here we go, Pack Leader sends. Little Bro might be in some trouble here. Pack Leader pretty scary to deal with most of the time with a Nightmare build like this. And Quacker saves onto Fine, looking for that wave 9 punish. And see how he does against the Mole. He actually goes for the Bunk. I mean, the Mole is good versus the Bunk as well. See if the Bunk can get that perfect threshold of living after taking half the wave. Mole goes to the left, actually. It's not what you want to see if you're Mr. Quacker, but looks not bad. His Bunk is tanking really nicely. His Coiler even got in on this split tank action. Looks like he's just fine. And how's Little Bro doing? Oh, no. Oh, he got the pack. All right, we're back. And how did his pack leader, Robo Try, go? Looks like it was not successful. Trying to lead cartel players is just very hard, so forgivable. But I would say Quacker is coming out of this spot pretty advantageously. Missed. Paweded missed the one punish he had, which was wave 7. If he goes for a leak there, then the game is probably very, very good for them. But the wave 8 punish was not the one he couldn't get that one. And Triad sends from everybody besides Little Bro. We have the big guy. Brutes is actually a very good choice into it. Slows down that attack speed. If you invest, like 400 gold into one unit, Brutes are very efficient. So we have a prep for 10 with the Zerker. And in fact, we have plus 100 from Paweded. Didn't push a single worker. Respectable considering his units. Goes for a hunt instead. Does Little Bro send full or some king ups? What's his plan? His plan is 1,000,000 steeds as well. I don't love his units. He has not that much tank value here, but maybe he can snipe the Brute early. Should help. And we have one Brute snipe here from Mr. Quacker. The Bunk looks like it's not tanking quite enough. The Canopy kind of got murdered, and that's a lot of your damage here on 9. Can we get another heal into the Bunk? We can, but looks like they're both leaking, and Fine is leaking as well. But yeah, I mean, Quacker, you gotta say this is probably a full hold if you let the Bunk tank a little bit more. Like maybe if you sell one of the seedlings that's in the even split spot. But tough to adjust your split after that hold on 8 where you feel like it did so good, but fine, definitely taken lower and lower. I mean, I think the Scallywag opener is just not what it used to be, huh? After the nerf, like, just got that Mimic threshold into death, basically. And we go for some more brutes. We go for some income full snails here, actually. Not a bad try against the Daphne, and not a bad try versus the Disciple as well. And Little Bro doesn't overpush, gets the Doppel here. Should do alright. I mean, he has very bad tanks for it again. And what do we build here if we are Mr. Quacker? We go for the Avenger. I don't love that spot for it. Maybe here would be better, but see how it goes. The Bunk does tank for everything else, which is good. I don't think they're gonna die on 10 this game though, so that's it's already an improvement. They are gonna make it to the Legion spell selection screen, but again they seem to have some trouble deciding to hold wave 10. Who among them is holding wave 10? Because they hold it, both of them, which is not good, and definitely giving the opponents a chance to try and come back into this game. I'd like to see some saves now. Quacker has an insane spot in this game. I mean, he's 30 income ahead of a cartel player before the cartel debuff. He's highest workers in the game. Only thing he doesn't have is value, and he's over pushing, I would say, personally. But in they're forcing 12, then, you know, it's not an overpush. Hero for Little Bro. Decent value, a lot of units already on that hero, so respectable hero for Mr. Quacker as well. And I mean, back for the other two. I mean, you are a little worried about 12, but they're quite overvalued, so not really a realistic play. But forcing 13 would be nice for them to avoid that 14 where they're not looking so good. That's part of the reason why I wish Quacker didn't overpush, because getting to 14 would have been very nice in this game, and I don't think he can after pushing like that. Let's see, though. Oh, kill this pixie. Well played. How much of gold does... how much mythium has he gotten from this pixie? You can't tell on this screen? No. Unlucky. Yeah, I mean, everyone is on value. I mean, maybe they can't, maybe he can skip. Maybe I'm underestimating just the fact that he has so much income. Because he needs to go, like, Starcaller here and Avenger next, or he's just gonna go for the Avenger here. Pixies are getting deleted. Oh! The Haven here. Wow, he's really scared here. I feel like this is a mistake because you have the hero aura not on this thing. And you've just spent 700 gold on that unit. It's not even full tanking as well as the other issue I see with it. And do we go for this 13 send from Paweded and Fine? I think after seeing a Haven, I would be inclined to send if I was Paweded, but perhaps he does not want to go because Fine has no lithium. Yeah, I mean, I feel like sending has got to be correct here. 300 under with hero and a Haven that's not on the hero. I feel like this board should leak pretty bad to like a 500 send. And it would be one way for Paweded to recuperate some value right before his 14. Gets a shutdown as well. I think the bigger problem is you just don't want to see 14 with these units, and the enemy having really good ones. But see how it goes. Obviously he's on value, so maybe that's another reason why he just doesn't want to send, hoping that they make a mistake and send. But now I think everybody knows we need to send, or... I mean, can they skip with their units? I think it's a little crazy. They go... Centaur, Mimic... Really? Isn't Pack much stronger than the Mimic here? Not sure, I guess. Double 4-eye into the Phoenix. I mean, I wouldn't mind just sacking the Phoenix. Like, yeah, it's not great, but versus this set from Quacker, it would be very good. Obviously, can't see what the opponent sent you. He sacks the Scallywag instead. And he sent a Needler into this build. I think it's fine, but I also think Genome will just easy hold. We have very good values, so we'll see. This cat... Oh, yay, hey, hey, your Aziria is not tanking, man. I mean, obviously it tanks a little bit, but I think it can tank a bit more than just even split with a melee unit. Yeah, the four eyes have clapped the Phoenix, but he's doing a good job of killing most of the other stuff. I have to feel like you want to hold a bit better if you're minus 50 here and getting the smaller send. They're taking a bit of damage here. How are we doing in the other lanes? It's actually an amazing split tanking. Almost led to a hold there. Gives a shutdown, so that's something, but I mean, yeah, I mean, Quacker's done a good job. This game took out Pine while getting himself ahead. Hashtag thank you, Bert. Um, Great amount of damage. Are they gonna die here even now? But they've set up some good chances here. I think you want to see a Giga push for 16 from this left team because 17 doesn't look so good for them, but looks like they push it. And Quacker is building. That can't be worth, brother. It's not 17 yet. I think you would much like I hate it. I hate it a lot, man. You have a star color buffing 2 units. It's fine. I mean, it's hero value. It's just I don't know. It doesn't seem right. I mean, Fine did end up pushing while I was sitting there doing nothing. It's a good call. I think the problem is Paweded also needed to push. But it's actually... Oh, we're suing for 17. Okay. But doesn't that not work at all? Or, yeah, I don't know what I'm missing here. Genome even building pyros because he thinks that it can never be 17. Yeah, I mean, I think this game is over. Yeah, just not able to get an advantage with the cartel versus the castle in the early game, and same with the YOLO, just getting put behind by the other team's YOLO. Should be all she wrote. Sens will come in here. Quacker should hold. Um, and I would imagine Genome does quite good as well. Little pro leak, not bad, but it's not gonna save them. Yeah, I mean, Judam's not even panicking to sweep back or anything like that. Just build, live, move on. Okay, like, yeah, surely we're upgrading the guy we ruined a star collar spot for. There we go. Job, sold the pixie for some seedlings? That doesn't seem right. All good. I mean, pixie's not that useful here, but I think it's quite literally more gold. And how do we do here? We go for some king ups. I like it. Correct call. And I would imagine the game ends. I'm only gonna watch Paweded's lane in case he randomly holds. I guess I'll watch a little bit of the right side in case they're making a mistake. But it looks like they're just absolutely vibing and clapping the wave. And Paweded is doing good, but I don't think he can hold. Not quite enough damage. They got little bro. But it is GG for game one. Good job to Isolde and DarkQuacker, showing that they have some fight in them. Not gonna be a repeat of the first series, so we like that. Like that a lot. But let's see. Castle working out, Mega Mine working out. Let's see what else they got. I wonder if the castle was like a targeted thing, like, oh, I know this guy's gonna pick Cartel, so I just pick Castle into him and try and slow him down. It worked out very well. So, props to him. Looking for a game that isn't Mighty Mouse 82's game. Guess they're reviewing the game and seeing what went wrong. I mean, it was just the early game mistake that ended up snowballing. Fine, just not having a very good roll as well for 7. Yeah, just I mean, him getting to Mimic was very unfortunate as well. Just the way Legion goes sometimes. Like very small thresholds making the difference. What will Quacker and Genome go for, though? That is the question. Do we see a DarkQuacker Greed special? Do we see a Cartel? Do we see a YOLO? Who knows? The world is their oyster. But yeah, I hope we get a game 3. Like, it would be nice to just get some more Legion games. I will say it's a little tricky. I'm actually missing some stuff. Like, I didn't see Quacker build his Canopy on the hero aura. Like, it was probably correct, but also he killed his Starcaller, right? Because I saw a Avenger and a Haven alive and no Starcaller. And I'm assuming the Pixie wrapped and killed all his stuff. Toho is in here? Yeah, that's not the right game, brother. And I think you would expect that we see some. I mean, I would imagine they play a little more aggressive early game to find and Paweded, just like some more starvy stuff, because that is what was working for them in that first series, just finding openings on 5 and 6. So see if they can repeat some of their magic. Obviously, the first game was just a full grief from Genome, but yeah. I want to see some good stuff, man. I want to see some more stuff from these guys. They played a very tough series against Drac and Lucy, and I think they can give us some better games. I mean, that was a close one, but after that Wave 7, it was feeling very bad. And that's that risk of Cartel, right? If you just aren't able to gap your opponents, then that stuff happens. Like, the Cartel was working pretty good in that series against Drac and Lucy. Like, he managed to get a good lead, but even then, the Castle ended up coming back in that game against them. So, doesn't seem like the Cartel is doing too much in the plus side right now. So let's lock in, see if he can do something better this game. We have another YOLO pick. We have a great pick from Little Bro. Do we see the Chaos? Is that something Quacker's actually comfortable with? Redraw this time. Yeah, I think he needs to hit redraw, sadly. I'm not down to play this opener, I think. Is he? He's gonna play egg? Egg and roll for something on 7? I can see that working. Fine, going for the banker. Oh, banker casket just overbuild city. Well, if he wants to go garlic, it's not the worst idea. He's gonna have no pressure. Should be a pretty free egg. What is he thinking about? And full spells for something like Redro could be very good here. We have Genome also with that Nightmare Oathbreaker with these spells. Can be some juice for sure. Better than his last Nightmare roll, and he played that one pretty well, so with better units, so we'd imagine he can pop off even harder. Weighted going for the Angler and the Wild Shroom. This positioning is very weird because I think this bounty is just full DPS later, which is not what you want. Like, I would much rather have this here and then the Warg there later, but see how he does it. Looks like Mr. Quacker is committed to the egg, but he is joined by Fine on those low workies. Obviously, Fine will go to 4 workers now. Not the end of the world, but yeah. Should be a pretty clean egg. Like, the type of egg where you can go 4 workers. Possibly. Don't know if Quacker's got the tech all researched that he's willing to do that, but we'll see. Flower Angler for Little Bro. I didn't even see he had that instead of the Nightmare, so that's a solid choice as well. Has the Zeus to cover 5 and 6. Very solid. King up onto Little Bro. He can go 6 workers as per his choice, and we have... Oh, I see why he built like that. He wants to transition into the Atoms. Okay. Saw how the Atom Angler build went, didn't want to repeat that. Doing a different build path to get there. Quacker staying low workies. I mean, kind of a mistake if you ask me, but I mean, I guess Fine can go for the after income shenanigans. Oh, okay. Let's see, does Fine want to send the robo, or does he want to go double king up? Or what was his plan with saving here? Let's have a look. Double king up. I don't like that. Just snail king up is way better. I feel like you just deny yourself 6 gold. Like, I don't know. I can understand doing it, but like I disagree with it. Oh no, his angler died. That's not good. He lost out on a lot of stacks there. Can we see it actually? If you look. 52? Ah, it's still reasonable stacks. Oh, fine. The threshold looks like the banker casket is not good, and his banker is actually gonna die. Very bad for him. Very, very bad for him. Not what we want to see at all. Okay, we have 5 workers now from Mr. Quacker. Perfect gold. What a beast. Fine is now AFK on 5 workers shifting. No, we go to 6. He can't decide if it's suicide or not. First, let's see how he does against this robo attempt. It's pretty bold, honestly. Quacker is telling Genome to build the Zeus higher, and it's definitely correct. If you don't expect to send here, you want your Zeus to be way higher. I don't think this robo is going to work. We have the machine here. Genome probably pinging that and saying, what a fucking overbuilder. Reported, etc., etc. But, yeah, fine, we'll appreciate that. That's a nice little snack. He can even choose to overbuilding at this guy if he wants. Quacker going to be pushing those workies. Anyhow, up to 7 now. Obviously, still a bit behind in terms of income, but what can you do? I think he should reroll before he has to pay more. Like, these are still 1 gold rerolls, so would like to see him try and fish for like a casket, you know, a true 7 answer, like a slime, like something that's just the juice on 7. Bunk would be fine. And we have a double robo try onto little bro here. He doesn't even have the bounty, so he opted to play way more aggressively here. Respect to him. And he goes for the Zeus. What I would like to see from him now is to overbuild or shift for the Avenger here. Like, doesn't look like he wants to do that. Maybe he's just going to push and shift rather than try and get out the bounty guy. But he is going to leak here. Not bad, but something. I think he's okay with that. As for what his plan is, I mean, the banker guy is getting the big banker here. Has casket for 7, so you're going straight 8, or you're just sending income here. Triard from Mr. Quacker. Triard from Mr. Ice. Really? Okay. I think this is a huge mistake, but we'll see how it goes. And it looks like Paweded is also making a mistake. I mean, he's on value, so there's no such thing. It's making a mistake, but I would much prefer to have a Warg on the board here, just for some tank value. But double gate guard, respectable. I guess he sees that this might not tank enough. That's why he's going for this end. But, I mean, Fine is building wild plus value, so guess he's just a 5-head. Saw this coming. His bank's gonna tank 1. I think it's good enough, honestly. Even with that dead value casket. They're both overvalued, chilling. Obviously, they are going to be punished for being overvalued eventually. And Fine has been incoming Quacker kind of endlessly. Quacker's still not rerolling. Not sure what the fuck the plan is for 7 with his 0 arcane units, 0 pierce units, but he did manage to get his guy here while his guy is plus value, so respect. Got his guy. Job's done. Now it's game time. Yeah, I'm not sure what Quacker's plan is here. I can't lie. Looks like he's quite simply fucked, but yeah. Zeus for 7 is his plan? Wait, he knows he's redraw, right? Like, surely this was not the plan to keep this roll forever. I mean, I guess he's just assuming that he's plus value, he's fine, but like, you can be plus 50 with these units and still leak on 7 and 8. Not very good. They're going for the 8 send. Probably not that effective versus Mr. Isolde. He will have the pin. I would have much preferred to see Paweded play for something like a 7 send, looking at these units like a brute, double brute, something like that. Should be a pretty decent, like, I mean, look at this hold. It's like, it's not looking very convincing, is it? And the same over here. So double brute try. Really, you think he doesn't get Kingpin? I mean, that is a crazy call out, to be honest. Maybe it can work, but I would lean towards it not working. Quacker playing the 0 arcane build, praying to God that somehow he doesn't get a send here. Minus 70 this unit, and this. Like, man, your redraw. Use it, please. And he saves here as well. I mean, it's just the Kingpin you're saving to as well. You're not protecting your weak wave. I think it's quite a big mistake here. See how hard he gets punished. Zeus is split tanking pretty nicely, but I think it split tanks itself to death, which is not good. How is the banking going over here? It looks like a small leak. How is the Kingpin doing? It looks like an easy snack, but I mean, killing the banker is good for them. No doubt about that. Good job by Genome there. I mean, Genome playing this game very well. Quacker, I think you need to redraw when you click redraw. I like the plan with Growl Egg. I don't mind playing that as the opener. But we have the functionality for a reason that you can pick your other units. Look for some arcane units perhaps that complement the egg. Maybe some pierce units as well. Like, there's not even Magician or something that makes you, like, really want to build both these guys or something. Like, I really don't understand it. And he commits to a long save into 10. Paweded has good answers there. We can see that. He has the alpha male. I mean, I wouldn't even mind him just going the Harbinger here. It's good damage on 10, but Yeah, I mean, you could also sell this, get the alpha male already here. Looks like he chose to push to no send. Did I miss something? I think that's what he did. Pushed one to no send. Or two, I can't tell. Also a respectable choice, because he wants to 10 send against little bro, possibly. Yeah, we do see the brutes as a try here. Fine, also very likely to send here, I would imagine. I don't know if it's for leak. Maybe he wanted the halo for the pull, but like, yeah, again, he rerolls now. I mean, having the gun instead of a Zeus would have been nice for 7 and 8. Having the casket would have been nice for 7 and 8, man. Like, it is a very sad story, I must say. I mean, going for the gun now makes less sense. I agree with going for Daphne's. Probably upgrade the one on the wall, though. Just income, try hard, income into Paweded. I don't know. He just saved from 7 to 10 to send income. That doesn't seem right to me as well. Because Paweded pushed to no send anyway, so it's not like he got completely taken out. I guess they think he's cartel. They want to make sure he's pressured as hard as possible. See how it goes. There was a brute snuck into the send versus Quacker. Oh god, he killed his Daphne because of the Hydra Link split. But should be okay, right? Even with that mistake. Nope. Very bad mistake, I would say. And yeah, Fine does the best while getting the most like tryhard type send. I mean, just again over pushing from Little Bro and Quacker, but yeah, I don't like the way they chose to do that. But they do have very good auras now. Quacker not so much, but yeah, I don't know. They made this game a bit more complicated. I thought they had a very good spot after that wave 6, was it? I mean, yeah, there was some good stuff in this game, but yeah. Quacker a bit behind now. Grawl Egg not paying off. Some very aggressive pushes from Paweded and Fine now. Both taking hero, pull vampire for the boys on the right. I mean, 13? 14? See what happens. The values are low on one side, though. I mean, looks like they need to go 13. With the pull, it's not a bad idea to force 13 as well. I will say one thing they have going for them is Fine's roll is very bad. Weeded's roll is, oh my god, whoa, just a 12 send out of nowhere. I mean, that's ballsy. I like it. Very fast, very aggressive. They're never gonna expect it. Like, yeah, we're building for, we would never anticipate this send, so props to them for going for it. It's pretty cheeky. They're trying to avoid 13, so I like that. Well, Quacker is boosting. Maybe they saw their values and they're like, hold up, things aren't looking so good here. Doing a little king ups. We need to see a full build from Little Bro. He goes full dogs. Good counter to the 4-eye, but we'll see. I mean, the Zero looks like it's tanking very decently. It's a small Zero, though, so not going to get that much value. How is Quacker doing against the Pack Mole Imp Hermit? I don't understand the Hermit. I think I would prefer two Robos. He's sniping the mole, but the mole is a pretty good tank, honestly. And yeah, this is some good damage. I like this play from Fine and Paweded a lot. Fast and aggressive. And it's gonna be some king damage. Not bad king damage either, like no king ups. This is... It's not lethal, I don't think, but... Or is it? Oh my god. Little bros are dead. Damn. Alright, sick play. Love that. And it's 1-1, all tied up now. Good shit. Yeah, and now we have we talked about how you couldn't get that much out of Cartel that first game, but this game, yeah, it worked out. I mean, he pushed 2 to no send while getting save done, and then Quacker went income king, which just, I mean, he had to go income king because he had fed them a lot of golds, and then, yeah, double leaking here, not good. Genome pushing an extra worker to no send for fun, didn't even get leak his guy hard enough for it to be worth. Doesn't hold himself, just mistakes, 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 but yeah, well played by Fine and Paweded for sure. That was a nice 12 angle. And we go to a game 3. Winner takes all. Last elimination match for this group. We'll see who makes it to tomorrow's semis, where the prize is probably a game against Witter and King, but always better to be in day 2 and lose than not make day 2 at all. I'm ready. Let's get into this game. It should be a good one. And did we saw a triple, like, aura spell last game. Will we see some sort of aggressive stuff here and there? Would like to see it be more interesting. Nope, triple defensive. Cartel from Little Bro. Fine going for the random lock-in. This guy hates predictability, it seems. Decent roll for the gun, I'd say. And Paweded going for the greed, and he has a little angler roll if he wants. Flower aqua, flower angler, flower seedling, just lots of options. Quacker going for the greed. Not the best roll for Little Bro. Not at all. I don't really see any juice there at all. Maybe just the dancer idiot, but that's a lot of Pierce. Skeleton guy into nothing. Flower into question mark. Just not very comfortable roll, I'd say. Type of war you kind of want to reroll fast as possible. Looks like he's going to stick around and play it, though. Oh no, he hit reroll. He's trying to get out of here. And what do we have for Quacker? He opts to go for the Shakura. Solid as always. And we see Wild Shroom Angler instead of Flower Angler. I cannot abide. I cannot abide at all. Yeah, I hit it. If you didn't want Flower in your roll, I could understand it, but like, yeah. It's Flower Angler, man, with Aqua. Like, it's very solid stuff. Or even the Whirly Bird as your, like, damage for 6. Let's see, man. He did good with it last game. Can't hate for sure. Did Little Bro find a real roll? Not really. He has a serpent and a boar in his roll. Like, something must have gone wrong. Just thinking about whether or not he wants to build. Fine, goes for the king up. Looks like Little Bro will take the leak if it were to come. It does not. He's vibing. Shakura should be fine. No way you're getting... Or wait, I mean, you can get 60s in here, but with greed, no problems building. And finding those 6 workers, as expected. Can build 2 peewees, so he should be vibing, as the kids say. We did skipping 3 like a little try hard. Maybe looking for a double robo angle or something along those lines. We shall see. I don't know. Like, I feel like rather than being 5 workers here, you can be 6 workers. And the game is very nice. We go 2 polys. Not expecting a full send here. King up here from Quacker. Definitely is going to let Mr. Fine greed to 7. And we have still king up and no send here for Quacker. Probably has to stay 5 workies. Not the worst, but not the best. And how does Fine do? Looks like he's baby leaking. Like, 3 creeps. Very acceptable unless they both do it, where it's okay, but still not great. I mean, they are gonna both baby leak. Not the worst, not the best, I would say. Obviously, Quacker getting punished now that he's 5 workers and can't really build, or can't really get that much Mythium during this long wave, but Genome is doing fine for himself. Long waves with kind of forcing this force, and double DT is the send. And Quacker goes for the Warg guy, probably some Peewee and a Seedling. Let's go. Is it even a full send from Paweded? Nope, he was just being a little annoying. Goes for Income King here. Gets a little regen after that quick encounter on 3 with their king. Fine goes for just Income here. Get the bounty out in Paweded's lane. We have the double fish in Fine's lane. Everyone vibing. We expect to see some 6 pressure maybe. And we see Genome's actually holding quite a bit of Mythium here. Looking for a 5 or 6 punish. What's his choice? His choice is 6. I like it. He's going for the Whirlybird here. And I don't mind 6 at all. Protect your teammates. Week 7. Solid decision making. Even if it's just income on 6, I don't hate it. Fine overbuilding a bit. Shifting 40 gold while 20 under. Prepping for that wave 6. I guess the important thing here is whether or not Little Bro is going to go try hard or income. Because he does have some of that Mythium. And Paweded's been on 6 workers for a while now. And Little Bro is going to go for the Brutes. I like it. He goes for a Snail. Probably going to add a Robo on top of that. Going for a Coiler here. Not what I would build, but see if he can make it work. Royal Guard for Mr. Fine. He should be fine. And how is Little Bro going to do? 2 Howlers is his choice. How is Paweded going to do? Going for a Wildshroom, and yeah, I mean, not a lot of tanks for this wave. Just the Whirlybird for damage. See how he does against this pretty big 180 send. The Coiler getting involved, tanking some of the Robos. Looks like an easy hold. And Paweded penny leaks one of the things. Rough stuff for him. Fine covers, but yeah, I mean, Paweded off to a very rough game. He tried to get some pressure onto his guy, but yeah, the Angler build definitely can get punished, and Genome definitely showing why. I don't know how that gun did not kill that Brute, by the way. And yeah, Genome taking good advantage of the cartel, creating that early game advantage that you want to see. Does he want to go for a resend here? Because I don't hate Brute, but I think income is also fine. And looks like income from everyone. Fine, maybe realizing he does need to carry this game. What a fucking fast and aggressive player. Let's go. But probably the right decision looking at his units. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Fine, doing a very good job taking advantage though. Minus 105, playing very fast and aggressive. Trying to scale up and get his carry pants on. Obviously Genome a bit ahead of him with that cartel right now, but not a bad spot for him either. See if Paweded can make some sort of comeback with that Angler. His bounty does have a reasonable amount of stacks, can be impactful once he turns into that big fish. We'll see if he makes it to the promised land. But yeah, just a lot of income. Paweded not going for the pin just yet. We have the Orchid. What is Little Bro's plan here? Orchid, Coiler, dealer's choice. Personally, the Orchid makes a good amount of sense to me. But I could definitely see thinking that you need to cover your weak here with the Whirlybird. Income King. Fine going income into question mark. Is he going to send a Brute or is he going to go King Ups? 3 King Ups. I mean, very friendly gaming. But we did the one behind, like we mentioned. But if he can get that Kingpin Spike out to make up for it, then he'll be back. Is there going to be a punish here onto Fine on wave 9? Decent units, can get the Boom Tree, can get the Flower maybe. Just going to be a Drake. Looks like scaling is the name of the game. Barely holding here is Mr. Genome. Killed his Whirlybird. And actually a save now. We get the Kingpin online. We get the Boom Tree plus something. The plus something is the part that is not looking so good with this value or these gold amount, but shouldn't do too bad. Good value for sure. The question is, can they convert their save now after this send into something to get their, again, an advantage back? Like an 11 send would probably be what I'm thinking. Maybe just 10 versus Quacker, though, looking at those units. You don't really want to go 11. Yeah, and maybe split sending would be correct here. Because I do not think you want to keep feeding if you're fine. Paweded going for Drake Robo. I would prefer to just go full tryhard versus a board like that and go for money, but or for most league possible. We actually go for a Mimic here. Ooh, that is kooky. I mean, Mimic very good versus these 2 units. And Genome Building, I mean, this is good on the wave. What is he thinking about? Coiler instead, which is even better. Plus question mark? Some dogs. Looking at his teammates' board, might be the correct choice. Quacker's definitely going to leak here. So don't mind him going for that. Fine, pushing for the Brute. See if it makes up a difference. Let's look at these lanes. They've had some troubles holding wave 10 already this series. But that Mimic getting snacked on early is very good. Fine, not happy at all with how that aggro is looking. And it looks like Genome should be just snacking that. Easy cover. Great job by him. And obviously we have a leak here, but actually Fine leaking very small to a income send. Just a fiend. And yeah, I mean, these spots are just looking very good for the boys on the right side. Team USA looking good. Do you want to just income here, or do you want to go for... Oh, full send. Okay. Full send into take some sort of scaling spell, whether that's going to be the Vamp or the Battle Scars. Battle Scars for Mr. Quacker. I think he's realizing that he might have a small problem because he can't chieftain buff this thing. Who might end up getting all the Battle Scars back. So we'll see how he fixes his build for around that. Fine going Battle Scars. Has the big gun. And what do we take here? Do we go Vamp? I think Vamp makes... Oh, Glacial? Really? I feel like I don't rate Glacial at all in this comp. Especially if it's not going to be on the Halo. On the Halo makes a lot of sense, but the Ofma? Not so sure. It's also running it down here, which is not good. There goes your Glacial. I think Vamp would have just been much more value, but see how it goes. I mean, the Whirlybirds are smurfing very hard, which is helping a lot. And how is Fine doing versus income? Looks like he can handle it. But yeah, Paweded leaking. I think that is a big mistake to go Glacial there. Looks like Fine is going to get a Battle Scar stack onto his gun, maybe? Yep, got it. So maybe he's thanking Paweded for that, but obviously not good in the grand scheme of this game. They did save, though, so they do have some sort of advantage angle in this game. The problem is, when do you go? 14? Maybe it's possible. I don't know. It's a very tricky part of the game now. Obviously, now you're going to see Doomsday and then think, I don't really want to go 14. But can you skip 14? Probably not with these values. It's not looking amazing, to put it that way. Well, we are going to see a 13 send. See if Fine and Paweded are angling to skip here, and they are. Are they in trouble? We have an arc. We're getting sent a 4-eye. It's not that good versus a lot of our stuff, but we don't have much tank value. And we have a Halo on the left as well with not that much tank value. No Glacial as well. Battle Scar stack on the gun and Battle Scar stack on the boom tree. I don't know. I mean, Paweded, let's see how well he can do. He's close to value. Getting a bigger send, it looks like. No, they're getting the same size send. No, his men is even smaller. I mean, not going too bad. Half the wave down. I mean, it does look like a hold or a 4-eye leak to me. And same in the other side, so maybe a bit of a mistake from the boys on the right, sending a little too soon. Plus 15 probably didn't need to send, but I can understand panicking a bit. And now they've opened up an angle on 15. Yeah, this game is all of a sudden very winnable. Very, very winnable. Considering that these rolls are not that good. Yeah. Let's have a look. I mean, Pilgrims are worse on 15 now that it's not split shot, so the healing isn't as broken. Yeeks. Yeah, I didn't like that 13 call at all. Thought 14 was much more reasonable looking at where their builds are actually going to have problems, aka 15, so you never want 15 to happen. Like it will happen in this game. We'll see how they do, though. It'll be matched 15 from both teams. Not much Mythium in the way on the side for Team Drakbot, though. Kraken coming out. Seems fine. It's going to go into the split probably versus the bunk. We have a Witch and a 4-eye, so we are going to try to match some stuff. Kraken Shaman, Kraken Needler. Yeesh. Good value from Quacker so far. And he's going to buff a Peewee and maybe pull the Kraken left where some of his other stuff can kill it. I don't mind that. Shaman is not bad versus a lot of non-arcane, but he actually does now have some good arcane tank value in this guy. So yeah, Quacker does have a very large Peewee here. And we have a full boost, and we're dragging the Kraken to the right. Let's see how good it goes. I honestly wouldn't have minded double Kraken here, but... This finds gun Giga Smurfing, it is. Well played to him. And how is little bro doing? Not bad. Gonna leak the boss in half the wave. How is Mr. Quacker doing? Really good. Got the boss very low. I mean, this is a really nice hold for them. And Fine is smurfing, though. Easy snacking that. Paweded not leaking bad either. And now, what's the angle? Probably want to force 17 if you're Mr. Fine and Mr. Paweded. That's what I see at least. And they are pushing for it, so I like that. And actually, Paweded might just be suing for it, which is what we like to see. He's gonna leak no send here. Ah, he's glacial. Maybe he won't leak no send. I don't know. But leaking no send's not bad. And fine. I mean, technically, are these? Yeah, I think you would. Okay. I think you don't want to build this. You want to shift this for sure for 17. But I also do think he needs to push a bit more. Like, you can't. Like, obviously, they're gonna match if they see something like this. But we shall see what we shall see. I mean, he's leaking quite a bit of the wave, actually, even with Glacial. I mean, full committed to the play. I mean, they're gonna send. I think he may have leaked a bit too much. You want to make that a bit less obvious, I think, personally. But we do have the boar out of nowhere, so maybe that can change something for little bro. He's close to value. Downside is he has all these fucking orchids, which is not good. Good side is that he's getting sent a needler on this wave, which is not very good. I think there are much better sends here. Maybe just even the 4-eye or the, dare I say, a witch versus this much doggos. Quacker's on good value. Fine is obviously gonna hold, I think. But they have very high values. They didn't push, which is always a good choice versus aggressive play. And again, this guy, we see how this goes. I mean, they're very close to value considering they have battle scars. Genome pinging his Whirlybird limit 1 HP. I mean, that's well done to him. But yeah, this Needler is not very good on 17. I mean, Quacker looks like he is going down. Fine looks like he's holding. But so is Little Bro, Little Schmo. Good work to him. I really dislike the send, but is he covering enough to live? Because I think Fine is covering quite well. And this is some damage to the king. Is it enough to finish the job? Very close, but no banana. And now what is the question? Do you go 19? Try and build again? It's a little sus either way. They're expecting a resend, and Quacker is pushing a bit to try and leak fine. No, don't build the trees, man. I think you have to be confident taking a risk here, and that they won't resend, but, yeah. Because you want max value at 19. I mean, Paweded stopped pushing. Is Quacker gonna keep pushing? Let's see. He needs to kill something to get some gold, so I can tell. He is committed to suing. Quacker, Paweded stopped pushing. I mean, that's the right call as well. We go for double Kraken. We go for Shaman here. Yeah, pro leaking, I guess, kinda. Burst is fine. You need some Rams. You need a Shaman. You probably need a Witch. But he's just very strong there with the tree spam. I mean, for some reason his cat is farming battle scars stacks. Fucking demon. And Paweded is gonna try and build. I don't know how good it is. 2k under. Might not have been worth it. Like he may have just needed to lead Quacker as hard as possible. But I mean, Quacker is suing, so Paweded going for some king ups now. I mean, a very strange line has happened this game for sure. And Fine is not getting the biggest send off. Only 700 into 4 red eyes with battle scars. Not great damage behind the red eyes, to be fair. So if Fine holds, they definitely have a chance to win this one. I like the two witches. It's a good choice. Means they're going full tree spam almost 99% of the time there. Zoom out a bit. Try and include the lanes that matter, aka genome and fine. How are they doing? Fine looks like he's just gonna be fine. And the same looks to be true over there. But look at Paweded putting up a decent fight. Is that... I mean, I don't know who has more in the mid. We have 4 guns and a halo versus less creeps and more creeps versus a lot more units. Looks like the Sui was a mistake of some sort. They weren't able to get their guy, and now they die, and that looks to be GG. Ram Pam Pam taken a game. Wait, was this game 2 or game 3? It's game 3. It's game 3. Wake up. So it looks like that is all she wrote. So a nice win by Ram Pam Pam, and they move on to the finals. Or finals. A final day is what I meant to say. They do not actually get to go straight to the finals. They are not cheaters. But who knows? Maybe they will go to the finals now. And now we can raid it over to the main channel. Thanks to anybody who's watching. Well, I guess I should wait for the delay to catch up, but I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks very much for watching, everyone, and hope you have a nice day.